I don't believe in snacks, you could get the whole meal, that's real.
Okay. Hey y'all, how you doing tonight? Welcome to Behind Closed Doors. I'm your girl Latoya Growth. How you doing?
It's your man Crown Roy. We back on a Thursday.
On a Thursday, y'all.
Yes, finally.
And you always got
I
something
don't give
going
a
on with
shit.
your damn phone.
I don't care.
You know what?
You the one that got need. You got to see yourself. So what's the point? Well, this is a damn roller coaster. Dealing with you every damn day. Go ahead.
All right. So, have you ever been in an emotional roller coaster?
Yeah, I'm sitting next to one right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet. Pain in my ass, y'all. All right, y'all. So that is what we are talking about today. So if you would like to chime in, just hit us up and we will read your questions, y'all, and just chat it up with y'all. But first, make sure you share and like the live, y'all. Let's get everybody else involved in this conversation about emotional roller coasters. Do you think it affects your relationship? Like, is it help your relationship or doesn't it? Are you yay to, or nay to this situation? Crown says he's never been in an emotional roller coaster before. I don't believe him, or he just didn't even know.
No, I ain't that.
But all the women that deal with you, they on their part, they was in an emotional roller coaster.
Not by the definition is saying one day you have ups and downs, whereas though it's something totally like it's exciting, and then you're dealing with stuff. It's like depressing, or it's something that's
It's
really
stressful,
dealing with, like drama,
right?
or sometimes I'm a drama-free person,
Yeah.
so I can understand maybe like in high school, but that shit don't count. A lot of relationships are like roller coastery, like when you're in high school and you're a teenager, where you can break up, you in love one day and then somebody see you talking to somebody else in the hallway and then they throwing shit at you the next day. I mean, I understand that, but like as an adult, I think if you actually in some type of roller coaster,
I don't think that makes any sense.
What?
I'm saying if you're as an adult and you got to be in a emotional roller coaster type of situation, like it
doesn't make sense to me.
Right.
But I mean, in some aspects, some people do like the excitement and the drama of being in something. The way we was talking about maybe even like a toxic relationship.
Right, toxic. Mm-hmm.
And which I don't. I mean, personally, I haven't. Well, some people may say I'm toxic. I don't know, but what I'm trying to say is I don't think it's actually real. If you're in some type of emotional roller coaster, it might be something whereas though was discussed in the last couple of weeks is whereas though you have some type of mental illness,
some type of issue, right?
You may
with
have
yourself.
some type of illness with yourself, or it could be somewhere as though maybe you never know what a productive relationship looks like.
Yeah, maybe sometimes it stems from home as well, like a lot of things do, and sometimes you mimic that relationship that you've seen home. It wasn't that great. You've seen you've seen your mom and dad break up numerous of times and get back together, then break up, or the back and forth. You know what I mean? So they're just up and down all the time. Sometimes they're happy with each other and they're just arguing all the time. And when kids see that, sometimes they bring that into their relationships as they get older. They may think it's okay. They don't see no wrong with it. In a way.
Yeah, I guess you might be right. Like in my view, especially I think as an adult, when you get with somebody, it's supposed to be all like balloons and flowers and happy days, at least for damn near a year of the relationship, if it's going to be anything real. Now
right.
I understand when with kids and like other things coming involved, but I think like in a situation where as though like if I was going to get with somebody now, like especially because like my kids is grown and stuff like that, like it should be no hang-ups. It shouldn't be any type of like, up and down. It should actually be where as though you build in something
Right.
and maybe you get to a certain spot and then you plateau.
Right.
But also, and this might sound hypocritical, like when the description, what they call a emotional relationship roller coaster, I think that's some points is a little bit more extreme because I think it's ups and downs in any
In any
relationship.
Right.
It has to be.
But should you keep going with the up and down all the time? Like, when does it stop? You know what I mean? Like, especially if you're not happy with it. You know what I'm saying? I think some people are just comfortable with that person, so that's why they deal with the ups and downs with them. You know what I mean? But happy? I don't think so. They just don't want to be lonely, probably.
Well, that's
What could be with anyone.
but that's just another that's a whole another type of mental illness if you don't know how to be by yourself. Are you? I mean, if you're willing to deal with some in a relationship that is going with some straight highs and don't get me wrong, in any relationship you're going to have your ups and downs,
Right.
which is understandable. But when it actually is constantly fluctuating,
Right.
and you could maybe living that way, that life for years. I mean, when do you actually decide to get off the damn roller coaster?
Right. When you decide to be like, I'm jumping off this, let me out. Get me off this bitch. Like,
Some people, I just think, and this may sound, I mean, men might be the same way, but it's some women that just like enjoy drama.
Yeah. They get like high off of it, like, you know what I'm saying? They, like you said, they enjoy it. You know what I mean? That gives them the how can I say this? That lets them, they feed off of that type of attention. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's good attention or bad attention, is attention.
Attention whore.
Right. Damn attention whore.
Well, most women are attention whores.
They are.
I mean, it's just the way they just set up.
Yeah. It's
But
true.
you know what?
Hey,
The
E.
crazy thing about that is, like, all right, like for me, I don't like to argue.
Right.
I'm not an arguer. But I've been in situations with people that I've dealt with that they try to argue.
Right.
And they actually try to push my butt. They'll say smart things to try to get under my skin. And the fact is, like, I
think
just
they like to
ignore
see-
them.
They like to see how far you will go, or some people think that shows them how interested you are in them. If you argue with them and still stay there, like, oh, you must be interested.
Oh, no, I
Like,
just think they're remedial.
Right.
That they're just used to niggas treating them like
Treating
shit.
them like, right.
And
right.
that's what they want.
You want some oops upside your head type shit.
I'm not saying anything where it's the.
Some
all right,
women like that shit.
come on.
What are you talking about? I'm not saying it's the right thing to do, but women really feed off. They feel like that's love. Like, because you do these type of things, you treat them horribly. You know what I mean? Not just women.
Oh,
You
no,
know
no.
what I'm saying? So
I do understand that because I think in some cases when you get into these relationships, it's because you don't actually expect anything more. And that's what you used to. When I was, like, for instance, this is something that always get me in trouble when I'm dealing with women. I treat women with respect. I open the door. I mean, seats, you know, I pay for dinner. That's all normal shit.
Right.
I'm sorry. But to some women, that's like extravagant because they've been treated like crap and don't know what their worth is.
Right.
So they get into this relationship with somebody that's just like, oh, wow. I told some women, a couple women told me, oh, he paid for dinner. And I just look at him like, okay, and
Like,
what's the
big deal about that?
Like, that's the way it's supposed to be. Like, where do you come from that you think that that's a big deal? Or where do you come from where as though, oh, he called me, he texts me every morning and say good morning.
Right.
That's the fucking bare minimum.
Right.
Shit. And that might actually go away at the while. Shit, I don't even text my mama every morning.
I do believe that, I'm going to talk for the women, that women do know what they should be worth, I believe. they feel they know what they should be worth, basically, but they just accept a lot of the bullshit because that's what they feel. That's all they're gonna get.
Didn't no
I could
expect
say
more.
you should. You should expect more, but it's a shortage of men out
Elaine.
here, so they just taking motherfuckers like, oh,
Is that your girlfriend, Elaine? Is that my
Yeah.
favorite?
Yes.
Elaine, you should know as much as you've been watching the show. I have a way to communicate.
hate the bullshit.
I do. Yeah, I communicate. I don't argue.
Right,
I
it's a
probably
difference.
communicate too much. Most arguments come from
You
lack of
talk
trust. in the
too
community.
damn
Yeah, lack of trust comes from because somebody is actually put in their head that something is going wrong. I'm a communication person. I don't have a problem with communicating my feelings, but
Hey, Johnny. That also comes to when people don't talk to their spouse, but they got their friends in their head, you know, their relatives in their head telling them some bullshit.
it's not always bullshit. Johnny,
We got
from
some New Zealand
from-
in the house.
Oh, hello.
Hey, Johnny. How you doing?
Yeah, but see, to Elaine's point though, with the whole lack of trust in the community. Well, trust comes with communication.
Right.
And actually, there shouldn't be any type of trust issues if you communicate and you are open and truthful to somebody.
People
a lot
don't
of
know how to
times people,
communicate.
yeah, but and most of the time it's men. Men don't know how to communicate. When in a women's case, a lot of times they don't know how to communicate it to the man that they're dealing with
Right,
because
right.
they don't
They
know
don't-
how they're going to
How they gonna take
receive
it? Right. It's true.
and that comes into where as though they don't feel as though
But
they
you
don't feel like
but
they
you
equal
should
or like they
want
can actually talk to.
even try
try to do what?
talk to the person. You said they feel that they might not understand. At least try. You know, I'm sure I ain't gonna say try, and I'm sure a lot of people has tried and just don't get nothing clicking.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that's when you have to make decisions. You really gotta stop and really identify the problem that's going on in your situation, in your relationship, and figure out ways how to fix it. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
I understand
So-
that.
Yeah.
But it takes more. Well, I mean that's more than that's
Easy.
more of a more one-on-one type of thing. Whereas though you have to be actually comfortable in that relationship so you can come to them. I think to go back to the subject that we were actually discussing, I think people that and somehow if you're in some type of roller coaster relationship whereas though either you are a person that actually truly likes that type of relationship or you have some type of I don't want to say mental defect or some type of mental illness or whereas though you just may feel as though you less than so you are allowed you let that shit go or maybe you are the person that's up and down and that could be somebody that's bipolar or somebody that's actually not actually level. So whereas though it does affect their relationship. I mean, we were talking about it the last couple of weeks how when we talk about body imaging and like different types of mental illness actually come into effect that cause this rift in your relationship.
Hey, everybody that's tuning in. Thanks for tuning in with us and sharing the live, y'all. We appreciate y'all so much. We appreciate y'all so much. Like, we want to hear y'all stories, like, or we want to know what you think about this topic that's going on tonight. Relationship roller coasters, y'all. What do y'all think? Have y'all been in a relationship roller coaster? How did you deal with that? How did you get out of that if you were able to get out of that? So we want to know. Like, we want to talk to you guys and try to figure out some solutions and let's work together. Let's work together. Get out of this, because I don't think no one needs to be going up and down with the bull crap. All right? And I don't think no one should want to do that anyway, like, or...
But listen to what Elaine makes a good point.
Elaine said. What she said?
It comes from an upbringing as well. Most people are broken and looking for love and happiness in their partner when they have to love who they are first. Well,
That's true.
Right. We did. Yeah. You always gotta love yourself first. But most people are broken. Yeah. Exactly. But to her point is, you can't expect that somebody else is going to put you together. I think that
Right.
that's a bad setup. And
If you expect that, you gonna be waiting forever.
that's not totally true.
If you're
It's
trying to wait
just-
for somebody to fix you or make you happy, you have to. I say to people like that, learn to work on yourself. You need to know how to be alone by yourself. How to you don't need nobody to be with you to make you feel whole. You just don't. But people just don't like to be alone, and I think that is what it is. People are afraid to be alone, and at the ages that we are now, we looking to get looking to get married
Don't be-
and stuff
don't-
like that.
Why did you? Don't be. Look. See now,
Look, I've been through that.
you know
I
you done
have nothing
fucked
to say.
up, right? You know you done fucked up, right?
What?
You see?
What
be-
did I do?
Don't be. See you was all going through your little spill and
I
it
was.
sounded all good. Then you was like, yeah, my age, we want to get married. Oh shit. I don't want to
wait,
do
not
that.
me. Not,
See?
but if you already been through that, so you already know what that's about. All right, I'm talking about the people that's never been married and stuff like that. So
Oh well, see that's a whole nother problem
right,
because they accept basically anything.
right.
You got a job, you got most of your teeth. You know what I mean? It's so depressing when you find like a late 30s or 40-something-year-old woman that
Right.
just want to get married.
Mhm.
That's just
So-
sad to me
Right.
because you so much, especially when you good on your own.
Right.
You
Well, some people don't even know they're good on their own. But go ahead.
No, but I'm saying you good on your own. Whereas though, okay, you don't need a marriage. You want a marriage.
Right.
I get that.
Right.
Because it's better to be wanted than needed. But when people actually just think in order to complete their circle in life, they have to find that right one in order for them to.
Because that's what society makes you
Fuck
believe.
society.
You have to get
Hide your brochures.
married.
You don't have to. All right, go ahead.
I said society. I
your
didn't say you
spiel.
have
Say
to.
your
You got to
spiel.
get married, and because you need to be with somebody that's going to be with you forever. This is what they think. We need to grow old together. I don't want to be old and alone.
Pete says she was in a 20-year relationship. It was a roller coaster. She got off and on and separated 3 times in her marriage. Okay, but I wouldn't say that is odd. Maybe 3 times, but I can see in a 20-year relationship at a certain point you may separate, and even in something small, where it's though a week or 2 or something. But 20 years,
What
that's
if
a
it's like-
long time. People change, and it is some up. That's why I'm saying
Some people change, but then some people don't. And you realize they done came back. They want to get back together, and you take them back, and you realize they the same goddamn person from before that you done left, and you gave them another chance. And now nothing's changed because you know why nothing's changed? Because y'all just got back together instead of trying to fix the problem that you had prior. Okay? And you just get back together and act like none of the things happened before.
just oblivious to
Just
everything. It's
obli-
everything's
like
just
it's like,
going.
oh, we're here now. Let's go forward. But
So you block
never
everything in the past out?
Well, that's what you would say, but I'm sure.
I'm asking. I don't know.
you would block out everything in the past.
Because I already told you, I ain't never been in no roller coaster.
Yeah, you
I
would
ain't never
block
asked to come back
even
and
though
none of that
in the
shit,
back of
so
your
I don't know.
mind, you know, oh, we had these issues, but we never figured them out. But I'm gonna give this person another chance because they say they done changed, and I believe that they have changed, and or actually they haven't. And then you go through it all over again. They came back, and it's the same, and then you break up with them again because nothing's changed. And then they gonna come back maybe a year later because that shit happens. Oh, I
Then why you let 'em
want
back
to
in?
be a family again because you believe you have
Because
the
women are
belief
fools.
in women are fools. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Women are fools.
No,
they
I'm
are.
sorry.
They believe they want to believe that person has changed.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like they just look past everything
No, you
else.
don't.
Like you told me you came in, communicated with
Hey,
me, baby, and told me you have changed. I believe you, boo. I believe you. So I'm gonna give you another chance.
Yeah.
I hate him.
You know who this for? Oh, no, it's not for you.
What?
I was clapping for Elaine because
What
anybody.
she said?
She said, I'm 33 and I choose to end my marriage after 11 years. Yay!
For good
Yay!
reasons. All right.
I am happy.
A woman ain't gonna just end her marriage.
We already done been through that. You right. Go ahead. Preach.
Let me talk.
Preach. Go ahead.
What your mama told you?
My mama.
She said, "Let that girl talk."
Yeah, and I don't
Sheesh.
listen to half the shit she say anyway. She knew that.
I can't say it. But yes, women don't usually end their marriages just to end them. It got to be something that happened for us to end our marriages, honestly. So,
Is that true?
yeah.
So it's like you have to. It's not something that just creeps up. It's something that's going. It's an ongoing thing for several years.
That's what for most marriages, I feel. If you've been together for over 11 years and stuff like that, and you're done because you're just tired. You're
I'm looking
tired.
at you, Elaine.
You look.
I'm looking at you, Elaine.
Okay.
Elaine was hiding. I mean, you know my.
Don't start with her.
It's on tape. She know what she was doing.
Nah.
So I peeped that you was having issues, Elaine. When you said you was starting that cash. She was making a plan.
He said,
4 weeks
nah,
ago, 5 weeks ago, I said she was making a
most
plan.
chicks don't want to be alone with their bad kids. Them bad kids gonna be there any damn way. Sheesh. I don't.
That's an issue. That's an issue. Anyway, that's true because a lot of men don't want to deal with nobody and their kids.
And Pete also said, where was it? Narcissistic. Narcissistic people don't change. You're the problem. Laugh out loud. They don't change because you could act like you could try to be the best person in your marriage or you want to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you're trying to, don't look at me.
Don't tell
But
me
the
about
other
marriage. I want to
person-
learn. Tell me about marriage.
But the other person just doesn't see no good in you. You know what I mean? Not necessarily no good, but you can never really do nothing right for them. And you try and try and try. Oh, you don't got the best job. Oh, let me go get a job. Oh, cause I'm working in McDonald's. That ain't good enough for you. But you told me go get a job, and that's what I did. That wasn't good enough for you. You know what I'm saying? Oh, the cooking. You got to cook my meals. Okay, let me cook the meals. I cook the meals, and the food ain't good enough for you. It's always something with the narcissist. You can never make them happy, and that's why they're back and forth, back and forth. You know, they leave, but then I feel I'm sure they may love their family and stuff, but they come back and still with the same behavior. And it's just unacceptable. So they always want to be in control of something. But you have to heal from your past. That was from Elaine.
Yeah, I was trying to. I was just taking in what you were saying, and it makes a lot of sense, and I definitely hear what you're saying, but to my point that I wanted to say when I said when I was talking about women generally want the family to work, and that's why I was asking, and Elaine actually answered it back. It takes years for you to get to that point because you give a person, and I'm going to say women usually give men every chance to actually make the family, especially when you got kids involved, to make the family work.
To make it work.
But, because usually the women get stuck with the kids and they don't want to do it alone, and they just feel as though they don't want to be alone. So it takes some years, but if people actually go back to our marriage show and was talking about divorce and things like, Lane says after 11 years, that's around the 10-year mark. A lot of people's marriages, that's when they start to
go down.
Well, around that mark, and they don't, between that 5 to 10 year mark, kids come into play. more bills,
Right.
student loans, mortgages, things like that. And a lot of times,
Stress, a lot of
especially
stress.
like Elaine's a young thing. You still got time, girl. You still got time.
You still got time,
Because you're
girl.
33. You know
You
what?
gonna find that boo thing.
Another
boo.
2 years when you're 35, I come back. Because I'm going to let you get that 2 years out. And you figured all that out. And then I'll be back. But but no, seriously. No, I am serious. 2 years, I'll be back.
No. Sorry, we
But-
don't pass on that. Yeah.
But no, I'm gonna finish my point.
Go ahead.
Separate from my joke. I had to get my joke in though, and I was serious, Elaine. But listen, when you actually get to a point where as though it's after 10 years or so, a lot of people just grow apart.
Yeah.
And especially when you in their 30s, you different than in your 20s. And then a lot of times what happens is, and you can attest to this, women outgrow the men they are with sometimes.
Right.
They may want to go back to school.
They want to do something.
They
right.
want to change their career.
Mm-hmm.
They don't just want to be somebody. I often say, what about the woman? And this is my feminist rant.
Here we go. Go ahead.
What about the woman? A lot of times what women are what? They are defined by being a mom, about being a wife, about being a daughter or a sister.
Right.
They don't never define themselves about the woman themselves that's separate from these other job titles. And this is how they lose sight in a relationship, because you lose yourself.
Right. Yeah. I could definitely understand that one.
Lilo's back from South Africa.
Hey Lilo, how you doing?
Okay, what's you got
but-
it? Or you need me to get it?
We on that yet?
Oh yeah, we can get to Lilo because she made a big statement.
Go ahead.
People never change. The painful part is that you forgive them once they make it a habit hurting you, knowing you will let it go. I've been in a relationship for 9 years, but nothing seems to be okay every time. I think things are getting better and getting worse, and I'm struggling, and things are immune to having the person around. I feel are starting over. That's the catch-22.
Yeah.
That's the touch. Nobody
Thanks,
wants to
Lilo.
start over. And
Who wants to start over again?
But-
Like, you know what I'm saying? Even though you should. If that situation ain't helping you, definitely start over. But people, go ahead, Crown.
no, I mean, no, it's plenty of people that I'm trying to tell you. It's plenty of people that have been in relationships as long as 9 years, 10 years, 11 years, 20 years. And sometimes they're still in those relationships. All I say to you and to anybody, if you know it's an issue now at 9 years, don't be looking back at 14 years and saying I should have been out 5 years ago.
Right.
No, I'm sorry. I'm just like, don't waste your thick thigh years, because you still got them thick thighs and you just need to you can still get back out in the streets.
Word. You at your best stage, boo.
No, but all seriously, like, I've been in a relationship that's been long term, and when they were over, yes, they did hurt, and they supposed to hurt, but the fact is, sometimes you are a better person before, instead of actually staying in this up and down. Oh, I'm happy one day, then this day I'm sad. You gotta just at a certain point jump off and just say I'm
Get
going
off the ride, honey.
just because it's the safer thing to do.
Yes, you gotta really pay attention to them behaviors, honey. Because people will manipulate you to think that they are better when they're not. When they want to come back, tell their ass go to therapy first. That's what they need to do. They need to go talk to a real therapist. Shit. Don't go talk to your friends. Don't go talk to your family members, honey. Go get yourself straightened out before you come back here.
Well, we can discuss that more after on the other side of the break, because I have something to comment on that about.
Are we going on a video now?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah, go to video.
All right, y'all. So here we go. We are looking for music independent music artists, y'all. We want your videos, y'all. But so we want y'all to send your videos to submissions@plugstudionetwork.com. I had seen who's the guy that was on top that had said somebody's kids. You would say your kids just.
I can see what you wanna do inside your eyes. I can feel your body move to the grind of mine. All I'm really trying to see is inside your mind. Let me do what I need to do to ignite your fire. I'm just trying to see what you wanna do. What you wanna do is completely up to you. Ladies absolutely know what they want, so I'm gonna give it to you. I can make your firework tonight. 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 Speak your mind, let your conscience direct you. While I touch your body from head to toe. Touching on your ear is an easy way to go. Direct a fist to please and not let go to where you wanna be. Just give me the key to unlock your desires, to unlock your fire. I'm just trying to see what you wanna do. What you wanna do is completely up to you. Ladies absolutely know what they want, so I'm gonna give it to you. I can make your firework tonight. I can make your firework tonight. I can make your firework tonight.
All right, we back, y'all. All right. Let me just say this real quick, y'all. If you looking to advertise your products, you want to play your videos, you want to send in your music, y'all, we got the platform here, okay? Plug Studio Network got the platform for you. You need to use it. You need to utilize all this that we giving y'all, all right? You got some questions or anything, submissions@plugstudionetwork.com. Okay, shoot us an email. All right, you got any questions? Just holler at us. Now, what the hell you was trying to say, Crown, before we done went to break? Shoot.
I was talking to
First of all, wait a minute. Okay.
Oh. I'm just
Hey,
here.
Osika. So I see Osika was making a comment. Osika said, I agree, and I feel vice versa. You want to find someone to grow with. Who doesn't really want to find
Who the hell
someone
she was agreeing with?
to grow
Who was she
with?
agreeing with?
What?
You wanted to find somebody to grow with? Is that what you was talking about?
Because I made this comment that people want to find someone to grow with, to grow old with. You remember that part?
Yeah, but I just thought that was stupid, but okay.
Well, that's how people just feel. I need somebody to grow old with. Not realizing when you're going to die first. But, I'm just saying. So why you need somebody to grow old with? They just don't want to be lonely. Nobody want to be lonely. Y'all need to learn how to be by yourself.
You need to get better with
Love
yourself.
yourself. Okay?
But back to Elaine.
Go ahead.
So, Elaine, you gave him the divorce papers and he refused to sign. Why is that?
I told you he was going to do that anyway.
Okay, but is she in a state that does she need the signature? Let's get we can get this
in New York.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
we might not need no signature.
But she told me, she was like, I got these divorce papers. I'm going downstairs and he gonna sign these papers. I said,
don't nobody sign papers.
Girl, no, he not.
Don't nobody sign papers.
She like, yes, he is. No, he not.
No, they don't do that.
And what happened? He ain't signed them because I don't think he was really through with it. I don't think he want to come to the realization that it's over.
Okay, wait a minute. this is what I need to understand, and I'm not talking about Elaine's situation because I don't want to put her stuff out there. People should separate first before they even try to present divorce papers, I think.
People just want to get it over with. Like, they don't want to have no type of, like, nothing together, even though you might have kids together, that's it. But you don't want to be tied together in that marriage. You don't want to be connected with them in that type of way.
What I did actually like what Elaine said,
What she said?
that I would want to actually broadcast to everybody else. They had problems, and she said no, it wasn't because he cheated.
That is cheating. It's not always about cheating. It's not always about cheating. It's other problems in the household.
Preach.
It could be cheating.
Preach.
It could be
No.
non-communication
Cheating
issues.
is one of the least reasons
Right.
why
Finances.
people actually break up for good.
Right, honestly, because sometimes some people can really get over that. Some people do get over it, you know. 'Cause
And maybe somebody's pussy was broke. That's why they did it. I'm just saying.
is your pussy broke?
I'm just saying, like, but she specifically said, like, it didn't have nothing to do with cheating because it was deeper. It was emotional, and I'm pretty sure she was on a roller coaster, and she decided to get off of there. But
Feelings on a roller coaster.
But see what happens is it is up and down times in a relationship. But the true test of a relationship is for you to actually be able to ride that shit out and actually sit and talk to it and say what is actually bothering you and can get you over that hump. A lot of times people don't have the capacity to do that.
Yeah.
But I would also say to a lot of people, the same way you do with your kids is the same way you do with your relationship. You allow that monster to breathe, live, and grow. Because at the first beginning when you had problems and you started to see it, it should have been brought up in some type of conversation, because when you allow stuff to fester and let shit go away, then it's just second nature and it's what they can give.
Right. What?
What? Well, you
no.
don't understand what I was saying?
What? No. I'm talking about P.
Oh, that word? No, she be saying, because I said pussy be broke. She said dicks be broke because y'all ladies they better start asking. Yeah, because, they do be broke. People, but they got Viagra for that.
But like you said, sometimes they don't want to
They
bring
got
up
Viagra
the
for that.
topic or have a conversation
But
because
maybe
they
you
feel...
don't want to wait 30 minutes before it gets started.
You
I'm
know?
sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Say hi, K. Dot.
Hey, K. Dot. Oh, wait. Okay. Yeah.
You think I was making this shit up?
No.
What the fuck? Damn.
Listen, clown. You know what?
But people don't like getting divorced. Nobody wants to plan. How do we get? It's plenty of people. It's plenty of married people that actually do plan sex. They have sex days or sex nights or whatever, and if they did have a problem, they should have just like, pop that pill, 30, while they in the shower before they get in the bed or whatever. You this, that, and other. I understand. It should be spontaneous. If you love them, you'll wait 30 minutes for it to get ready. Damn.
No, wait that long. I'm tired now. Like, come on now. Mood's fucked up. Anyway.
Maybe it take 20 minutes to get your dry ass wet. How about that?
Is that you?
I'm just saying.
Because you did go with me.
I'm just saying. You want to be talking about, you know what?
I'm just saying.
Things
No
could be-
one wants to plan sex. They don't.
I know.
That's
what I'm
divorce time for P. Oh.
saying. Obviously. Speaking
All right,
of,
the kids. We gotta do it at this time when the kids is on nap. The kids is at school. We gonna do it at that time. You know what I'm saying? When they eating lunch, let's just slide in the room. Who wants to plan that shit? Like, that shit is tiring.
that's not planned. That's
is a plan.
spontaneous.
Now that's a plan. Like, we gotta do it at this. It's 4 o'clock. Let's hurry up and go. Kids about to come home. They about to walk. Let's hurry up.
That's why you just supposed to be, have different options in the world.
Oh gosh, you're promoting cheating.
I ain't promoting cheating. I'm promoting actually being open to a different relationship. So is
Cheater.
it ain't cheating if everybody agree. That's the whole thing.
Gosh. Get like Crown, y'all.
That ain't nothing no roller coaster about that, because everybody actually have open communication,
I guess so.
and you ain't putting all your you ain't putting all your.
Unless they have that problem, tongues always ready.
Because
Then-
lesbians don't have that problem because their tongue's always ready.
Oh, that's what you mean. Okay.
Yeah, that's what she
Lesbians don't have that problem. Okay. Well, tongues are always ready.
meant.
Unless it's that tongue.
I'm gonna just let that go. I'm not gonna get involved with that one.
So yes, y'all.
But
so,
a lot of times, what we need to do, and actually come back to, when you having these type of relationships, sometimes you need to actually step back and think
reflect,
about the big picture,
big picture.
and maybe think of how you can change your circumstances.
Yeah.
We often say it's always based on communication and having a good communication with your partners, and the only way you can actually do that is everybody be open
Right.
to listening.
Right.
That's the problem.
And that's a problem when someone wants to talk and then the other one doesn't. You know what I mean?
And who's usually that?
Who's usually the person that don't want to talk?
Yeah.
The man. Most men. Because I can't sit here and act like all men that.
Have you had
That's that.
communication problems with men in the past?
Yeah.
Okay. What as a woman, what would you try to convey to somebody?
I'm just saying, especially if you know you done tried your best and stuff like that. You know, you don't want to. I don't know. It's just
When you
crazy.
said no, I'm gonna. You tried your best at what? Making a relationship work.
Making a relationship.
You tried
work.
your best. Where's
Tried your best in making a relationship work. Trying to
be
how can I say
the
that?
perfect wife,
be the perfect spouse.
the perfect spouse.
Right. And it just doesn't work. You know, you just constantly getting badgered over trying to be someone who you're not.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And like you had mentioned, women are to be mothers, are to be the wife, to be that. You got to take care of home. But why we lose ourselves. You know what I'm saying? But we're trying to accommodate the other person and be who that person wants us to be. We really lose ourselves. That's why we need to really step back and reflect on who we are as a person and do what we want to do. You know, because 9 times out of 10, that person probably has some great ideas or could really be someone, but they're holding all of that back just to satisfy the other person. They're male, they whoever. You know what I mean? So I've been through that. So yeah.
You chose wrong.
What?
All I can say when you say that point, you chose wrong. That means you chose that person for a reason. Now, maybe at a certain point, you were younger and you felt as though this was the person for you at that time, and now you have outgrown them.
Right.
But I will kind of say people are who they are when you meet them, especially if they are of a certain age.
No.
They are who they are when you meet them.
Not necessarily, because you could meet somebody at being a teenager, and now you in your 20s. You ain't gonna be the same person you were when you was in your teenage years.
You still have the same type of characteristics. You may have grown in a certain but your main. I'm gonna explain to you like this: if you find somebody, I've been an asshole my whole life.
Whole life, I'm sure.
So, but I've been a caring person my whole life.
Right.
That's when I was 16 until now.
Mm-hmm.
Your basis of your mentality is the same. I don't think anybody actually literally changes for somebody else. Yes, you can grow and you can evolve and become better, obviously, but certain things, especially when it comes to where as though, I'm thinking if you get with a person at a certain point and y'all have communication, y'all communicate well, and your feelings are taken in consideration at the beginning of that relationship, 10 years down the line, it still should have been the same. If not, then something went wrong. That
Right.
person didn't change. The person didn't change.
Something went
The
wrong.
relationship went wrong.
Right.
Because I think that person is still generally the same person, unless
Right.
they basically fake the funk
Right.
just to get in.
Right.
But I can honestly say, my characteristics, I'm smarter now, but the characteristics that I had when I was 18 are still the same basis of my characteristics and the belief system that I have now. So I haven't generally changed, but so much.
Right.
So like I'm saying, I always thought it was you should respect women. I always thought that women could, I can have conversations with them, and I wasn't that's quote unquote the dominant one, and it had to be Joe just the boss of everything.
Right. Because you
But-
don't want to be control. You're not a controlling person.
Right, but the same aspects is people always may have that mentality, and they don't evolve, and they always think they are supposed to be controlled. So when I say, well, you chose wrong because you didn't actually see these characteristics in that person when you got with them, unless they totally
hit it.
and then you fell for the okie doke.
You fell for the okie doke.
You didn't read the fine print.
Then they showing their true colors now, and you just like, oh damn. But you have that hope that they might turn back to that person that they were when you met them. And 9 times out of 10, that may not happen. It's not gonna happen.
It don't happen.
Right.
When you grow older, either you evolve together, you back one another up, and then the biggest thing about that is sometimes somebody has to be the cheerleader, because every time at certain points you might switch off being the lead, but at some point somebody has to be the cheerleader. When somebody says they want to go back to school, or they want to try this new job, or they want to start this new business, they got to have the support.
You need that support.
You got to have the support.
Support is everything.
Even if you but when you actually get beaten down, like, why would you do that? Why don't you do?
Now you're second guessing yourself.
You already not. Dinner ain't even done it like on time now, or
Right.
or you already doing all this running around.
Right.
And who's supposed to help with the kids home? It's like
Shit's whack. We got some people out there like that. That shit is whack. Sheesh.
but some people actually deal with that and enjoy that because they don't want anything more. They rather be with somebody that is demeaning to them and makes them feel bad instead of being alone. Mental issue.
So I have something that says the most common reason for this kind of relationship developing is one or both partners finding it difficult to manage their emotions and how they express them to their partner. And that's true. That's what we just spoke about. Yeah, people don't know how to express their feelings to someone else, You're afraid of what they might think.
That's my feelings.
His shirt says, fuck it.
That's my feelings. I express it to the world.
Fuck it.
That's my feelings. Fuck it. 2 beans in a bucket. Just fuck it. And
That's not really what it meant.
no, it's just
He think that shirt means something different. You just be fucking it, huh? I'm sure. Okay.
No, but it's actually totally true because I can express myself with no issues to anybody. That is my gift and my curse. I don't expect other people to do that and be able to be free to do that. But the best thing that I could say, if I was dealing with a person, they know where I'm coming from. And in my experience, that is actually a plus. women love, they need to know up front and what they getting involved in. And they know they don't need any surprises, and they want you to
Watch
be honest.
for the warning signs. You have to pay attention to the warning signs because they cannot hide their craziness forever.
I like crazy.
I know. Oh gosh. So it says this relationship rhythm can proceed a sense of uncertainty delivered from not knowing where you stand on any given day. People in this kind of relationship often describe themselves as being consumed, saying that it becomes the center of their life. Because that's all you focusing on is like that relationship. You really cannot focus on your everyday life. You know what I mean? Like you just worried about that relationship. So now you're not worried about
Everything else is suffering.
everything else. Right.
You're
Everything else suffers.
Maybe your job, your job
right.
is suffering. Your relationship with your kids,
Your
your relationship
kids.
with your family.
Nope.
You might not be able to get out of bed, or you just wind up big time. A lot of times, and I attest to this. When you have some problems going on at home, especially in your significant relationship, it causes problems at work.
Yeah.
No matter what kind of job that you do, because you in your head, and you might not be able to focus well because you just stressing about what else is going on with that person.
Yeah. I don't got time for that. I don't want to deal with no bipolar ass person. Like you up one minute, then you down 1 minute. Oh, we having fun. Then next minute you want to argue. I ain't got time for that. What?
Toya,
Crown.
have some sensitivity. If somebody actually is truly bipolar, that means they need medication.
Then they might. But some people are not bipolar, but they act like they goddamn bipolar. What?
Crazy people have rights too.
Now you trying to give me a toe, bro.
I'm just saying.
I see what you're trying to do. Don't do
You
that
need
to
to
me.
be more sensitive to people's actual.
Nah, they need help. Get them some help. Shoo. Or the up and down, you like a light switch. Just click, 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 click. I ain't got time for it. I just don't. I'm sorry, y'all.
What do you have time for then?
Not that shit.
I
You wanna?
can't.
I don't got. Who wants to argue all the time? And then you good 1 minute. I think people just crave that good time that they had it with that person. That they like that feeling that they get when they are having a good time. So that's probably why they be on that like roller coaster. I'm sure it'd be bad, but when it's good, they love the feel. They love that.
Oh, you trying to say it's like when you take that? It's sometimes like it's been described when a person actually get that first hit of a drug,
Yeah.
and the way it makes them feel
Right.
that they basically just keep
They
on
chase
chasing
They chase
that
that
first
high.
high.
They chase that first high. Yeah.
Interesting.
Mhm.
That's I didn't never thought about it like that.
But you thought about it now,
No, I mean I always talk about chasing the golden parachute, but that's a whole nother different concept.
huh? Oh gosh. All right, y'all. So that was our conversation for tonight. Emotional roller coaster. We be back tomorrow,
Is it
Friday.
the season
Yes,
finale?
and that is, if you want to say season finale, okay. Then tomorrow's we're going on a little hiatus. Okay, hiatus. We're going on a little hiatus.
Hiatus, bitches.
We're going on a little hiatus for a while, but we definitely we want you guys to send your videos, and somebody just shoot them a message and let them know that we looking, y'all.
Also coming soon, next Wednesday. 8:00. Crown Royal presents Food for Thought.
Food for thought.
So this show will be going away for a little bit, but I'll be here on Wednesday nights talking politics, social justice, race, and it should be a very interesting show if you want to learn something about being black in America from different angles of the Pledge of Allegiance, voting rights, being a Democrat or a Republican, and mass incarceration, all different subjects. Starting this Sunday.
Wednesday.
Shit.
Get it together.
I got plans on Sunday. That's why I was all fucked up.
You
So I'm
think it
starting
up,
this Wednesday,
you just wanna
September.
fuck it, huh?
Yeah, it's Wednesday,
Okay.
September 2nd at 8 p.m. So tune in then. But tomorrow we're going to be doing
We're
friends.
talking about friends with benefits, y'all. Do you think that you ready for this show? You ready for that show? What's with your clapping and stuff?
This is the happy clap because I'm finally going to get a goddamn happy subject, something fun. We've been talking mental illness and roller coasters and
friends with benefits, y'all. Do you think you could be friends with
fucking
benefits?
and sucking, then shaking hands in the morning.
Okay. So I just felt you said this show is about to end. What you ready to get rid of me so quick? That's what you saying? That's what you telling these people?
we only taking 4 weeks off.
We'll let you guys know.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. So we want to see y'all tomorrow at 8 p.m.
8:30ish. Whenever Toya get here. Say goodnight, Toya.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night. All right, y'all. Thank you for tuning in again. See you tomorrow. Later, y'all.
Watching the silhouette from the candlelight, slipping and sliding a little more to the right. They say all the freaky bitches come out at night. Yeah, I'm the one that's full of fun, guaranteed to make you come. I'ma put it down for sure. Once you enter through the door, drop them drawers like you Denzel. I don't believe in snacks, you could get the whole meal. That's real.